He had hoped that the new medications would quell the series of nightmares he'd been having. Suddenly, he heard a crash outside of his residence. He looked out the window and saw that the fog had returned again. Within the fog, something burned brightly. A car had crashed into the front porch of his house, and it belonged to his friend Agnes. "Calm down, Howard. It's just a car crash. The fog is just a coincidence." Lovecraft opened the door and approached the car carefully. He saw Agnes unconscious in the driver's seat. All right. This is real. This is happening. I'm not dreaming. Wait, what? What he feared had manifested itself once again in front of him. Out of the fog came the cultists, with torches and daggers in their grasps. In the distance, Lovecraft saw the gargantuan entity, which he had written about in his stories, rising and staring maddeningly down at him. This is madness. He had no idea how he survived that night, and the visions of his own creations would continue to haunt him. Hello, everybody. I'm the Rubber. Today, we bring you SCP Foundation Keter Class Object SCP-4315. SCP-4315, also known as SCP Lovecraft, is a recurring temporary event during which portions of an extra-dimensional space, designated as SCP-4315-1, interact with baseline reality. The event occurs solely in Providence, Rhode Island. During a 4315 event, SCP-4315-1 appears to overlay sections of the current Providence, causing individuals and entities to sometimes cross from one reality to the other. 4315-1's primary anomalous effect, aside from its transdimensional status, is the sudden manifestation of powerful and hostile entities within it, designated as SCP-4315-2. These entities often express elements extremely similar in appearance to those in the fictional works of horror fiction writer H.P. Lovecraft. 4315-2 entities vary heavily in abilities and appearance. Notably, instances of 4315-2 do not display hostility while within 4315-1. However, when crossing into base reality, they appear much more hostile.
If you are not happy, come to Austin. No one in Austin really know who you are.
Upon Lovecraft's disappearance in 1937, his household was investigated by Foundation personnel. A notebook was recovered hidden between his bed and mattress. I've had god-awful dreams lately. I didn't know where I was nor who I was. Everything felt extremely blurry at the moment. There was a being that roamed in one dream. The monstrosity was truly horrid. I will attempt to draw the hideous creature to the best of my ability, despite its true form being incomprehensible to the human mind. I remembered being alone on a ship. In front of me were nothing but darkness. Black sea that seemed to stretch far out into infinity under a rust-colored moon. I felt its presence, miles underneath. Then it revealed itself to me in the second dream. A towering beast. An ancient god slumbering deep beneath the sea. It had a head similar in appearance to that of a squid, 2 long, narrow wings extending from its back, and 4 limbs with pointed claws. It rose from the seabed and gazed down upon me with its maddening eyes. Suddenly, there were cultists all around me, chanting in an unknown language. When I woke up, I felt like I was being hunted. I forgot to mention yesterday that the dream just kept getting longer, to the point that I could practically feel myself going mad inside of my own dream. The entity just gets bigger and bigger, its details becoming more and more horrifying as the seconds passed. The beast isn't just terrorizing me in my dreams anymore. I'm starting to see it physically as a hallucination. My mind is clearly far too set on the nature of this gargantuan entity. I had a different dream instead of the same one for the past 2 weeks. This time was also a much different one. The being looked like an elephant, yet